By all means, go for it. Oh, hey, it's the, what's this? Oh. The demon invasion transformed all of Canabras into one great battlefield, but nowhere in the city suffered as much as this square. This place saw a clash of titans, the demon lord Descari leading his hordes from the abyss, and the dragon Terendelev, the mightiest of the city's defenders, and one of the first to fall. The scene of destruction leaves no doubt as to as to the battle's outcome. Sorry, I lost my place there. A skilled scout could recreate the course of the battle moment by moment simply by looking at the ruins, from the chimneys torn down by the powerful wings in a sharp dive to the bloody tracks left behind when the demon dragged away the noble reptile's broken body. Oh, they took the dragon body, huh? But it is no hypothetical scout gazing upon the ruins. It is Kirtix, and he is not alone. The shadow of a strange, barely perceptible presence lingers over this place, like a gaze untethered from any observer. This mysterious force, unknown to mortal kind, silently assesses, judges, and seeks a better way. In an instant, Kirtix is vested with this power and looks at the world with its eyes. The past, the present, the future stand before him as a unified whole, an unmoving, multifaceted crystal that would be beautiful were it not for the fractures, blemishes, and flecks marring its splendor. I'm gonna go future. Oh, I get to look them all. Okay. Good and evil, chaos and order, everything in its lawful place in the multiverse and is no longer trespassing where it does not belong. Nothing is disrupting the smooth and steady current of the river of souls from life into death and back to life again. The reality, rid of its flaws, is now perfect, and aeons withdraw to eternally admire its beauty, which will never be threatened again. Interesting. Ruins, blood, corpses, none of this perturbs the Aeon's dispassionate gaze. They are all alive. The dead will be judged by Pharasma, as all is as it should be. Purple stone knife. Interesting. But the demons circling in the sky or prowling through the streets create a jarring juxtaposition, like splashes of blood-red ink on a restrained pencil sketch. They should not be here. The world of mortals is for mortals. The demon's place is in the demon world. How sublime the world would be if everything in it knew its place. But even the demons aren't as abhorrent as the sharp-edged, unassuming crystal languishing in the dirt among the bricks and smashed cobblestones. No mortal would ever notice, but to the Aeon's eyes, its mere existence is an outrage against universal laws. If the Aeon... Turn the music slightly down here. Still existed, they would not stop until the crystal was unmade. But the Aeon is gone, and only their gaze remains. Kirtix picks up the crystal out of the dirt and stows it in his pocket. He is mortal, which means he has the power to decide what to do with it. The past does. In the past exists the one who wielded this gaze in life, although the one and life are in opposite terms for aeons. Aeons. Beyond passion, beyond mercy, beyond reason, the faceless caretakers of reality toil without end, silently struggling to preserve the tenuous balance upon which all existence depends. These voiceless forces are the Aeons, inscrutable shapers and eliminators of the multiverse. They exist beyond the understanding of most mortals, endlessly striving toward goals unfathomable even to many of the plane's oldest inhabitants. Aeons build order from the chaos of the maelstrom. seed new life upon barren worlds, and halt the rampages of forces grown overbold. They rend nations to vapor, dismantle planets into cosmic dust, and pave the way for calamities. Aeons embody the planes-spanning hand of a metaphorical, omnipotent clockmaker, endlessly tuning and adjusting the myriad gears of reality in pursuit of the ultimate perfection. The supernatural embodiments of cosmic balance. Rather than who or what, a better word for these entities is how. This Aeon appeared from outside this world, from the great beyond. To put an end to the intermingling of the planes and destroy the world wound, the chasm disrupting the order of the multiverse. Alas, the visitor from beyond proved too weak for the battle they came to fight. They even failed to finish casting the spell that would have sent Descari back to the abyss. With one swing of his side, the Demon Lord cut the Aeon down. After allowing the hero to view the world through their eyes, the little that remained of the destroyed Aeon is killed, even appropriate here for an entity that is so removed from life and death as we understand them, used up its last vestiges of energy. Now they are ready to disperse into nothingness unless someone decides to preserve the Aeon within themselves. Will the hero take on this power so that he may look again at the world through another's eyes, or will he allow it to vanish? Sure. The spirit of the Aeon dwells out of sight, deep in Kirtik's soul, like a pair of magical spectacles stowed away until the moment when the hero once again needs to look at the world through another's eyes. Okay. Cool. Well, that was definitely different.
You won't survive. Did we find trouble? No, they did.
The surprise round.
Surrender or else!
Did I mess up again? Into the fray!
Hit charge, apparently.
Go for their hearts!
Good guys always win.
Oh, there's more. Okay.
Time to share your treasures!
Tashani Savitur. Too late for apologies.
Endure this.
Operane sentes.
Okay. That'll work.
I'll cut you wide open.
I got this.
Enough. You require a scroll. Oh, okay.
Something wrong?
is this? Heroism. Hell yeah. I'm just gonna drop this so I stop having to worry about it. Okay, that's cool. Let's give you that. What does this do? +4 bonus on against mind affecting effects. Fair enough. Okay. Okay. Cool. It's only one arrow, though.
It doesn't match my scales. Not my style.
Oh, do it on the bar. Gotcha.
Beautiful. Is that treasure?
Back here. Trying to judge where the items are on the map. Oh, I can actually just click it. Cool. Where is it? Where is it?
Let's see what we can do.
You trolling me? There it is. Oh, that stupid piece of paper. That's what it is. Well, I guess we go talk to this guy. We still have more to explore in the town square by going the other direction. So we'll talk to this guy. Count Arandea's servant. Thank the gods. I found someone who isn't fleeing in panic. Are you crusaders, mercenaries? The comely half-elf is so frightened he can barely get the words out. I am a servant of the Count Darren Cale Nevis Arande. My lord's mansion is under attack by demons. The master himself and all his guests are trapped inside, and the house guards are nowhere to be found. I managed to escape through a servant's passage to look for help. Will you help me? The mansion is only a stone's throw away on the next street over. He meets your gaze with pleading eyes. Count Arande. I have seen him a few times before, from afar. He looked highly audacious. I confess that he did capture my attention, but that's neither here nor there. We should help him. The gratitude of a rich and influential man can only benefit us. Succeeded in knowledge world check. What do you know? Maybe it didn't have a DC of 21 this time. You have heard of the Arendelle family before. This wealthy and noble Mendevian dynasty was almost wiped out by demons more than 10 years ago. The last surviving member of the family, the young Count Desnan, has an infamous reputation. He is well known for being a rake and a rogue. Nice. Misfortune continues to die. Yeah, sure. You're telling me everyone tried to talk me out of taking up the position, saying that it can't have just been bad luck that brought tragedy down on the family and almost the killed off the line. But I reasoned that since my master was the only one to survive that calamity, that meant he must be blessed by fate and the powers of good. The pay was nothing to sniff at either. The servant casts his eyes around the street. I should have listened to the people smarter than me and gone to work somewhere else, preferably far away from Canterbury. Tell me about what happened. Tell you what I can. I was working from dusk till dawn and back to dusk again, serving guests at the Count's banquet. When the other servants came to retrieve me at my post, I went to sleep. Next thing I know, I wake up, and there are demons inside the mansion. I couldn't even reach the Count. The monsters had blocked the way. The Count's banquet was still going on. He and his guests were in the great hall as far as I could tell. The door to the room was sealed and the demons couldn't get in. I'm begging you, hurry. The mansion doors are sturdily built. The demons will have to work hard to get past them, so you still have time to rescue the people inside. Alright. It's not far at all. You're better off entering from the next street over, through the passage I used to get out. Help, I'm begging you. I hate to think what the Count would do if you didn't bring it back up. Okay. Let's go explore this. I don't know how much of a time it is, but... we're gonna go this way first.
Forget it.
Why only land decided to go all the way. The golden curled Asmar greets you with a graceful bow. So you found me. I have nowhere else to run. I am at your mercy. Kill me if you wish, but I ask you to hear me out first. Do you really know about the demon attack before it happened? I did. We have a secret ally in the enemy's ranks. No one knows who this brave soul is, but she has been feeding us information about the demon's plans. These dispatches, okay, which is probably, what's-her-face. These dispatches have come to us by the most reliable channel bestowed upon us by the great dreamer herself, which is Desnan. They have come to us in dreams. Prelate Holrun brushed them off as meaningless reveries, and, well, I admit that it isn't always easy to distinguish our allies' messages from ordinary dreams. But even ordinary dreams are gifts from Desna and are always worthy of attention. The prelate, and all the crusade leaders, for that matter, should have put less store in reason and more in intuition, inspiration, and spontaneity. What's more, not long after the attack on the city, a blind elf who calls himself the Storyteller arrived in Canabras. This wanderer wasn't merely a collector of legends, but a scholar of the unknown. According to him, the wardstone in our city, the first and most important in the chain of wardstones, weakened since long ago, was teetering on the brink of corruption. It seems the Red Morning Massacre and other demon attacks, even the ones we fended off, did not leave us unscathed. Unfortunately, the prelate did not wish to listen to the storyteller either. We are lucky he wasn't burnt at the stake as a heretic. We had such vital information on our hands, information that could have saved the city, but no one cared to listen all the way to the catastrophic end. Not all dreams had benign origins. What if those dreams were sent by demons? In a different time and place, someone perhaps could have become the victim of false dreams sent by monsters. But here, in the war with the Abyss, the goddess is keeping a close eye on her faithful followers. I have no doubt that if a demon tried to intrude upon the dreams of any one of us, Desna's punishment would have been swift. Tell me about the strange rituals you were being performed on the Wardstone show last night. When my attempts to open Holrun's eyes ended in failure, a few of my young adepts resolved to take matters in their own hands. They did not consult me before doing so, but I have never demanded iron discipline from my priests. Army commanders may have subordinates, but I have pupils and fellow worshippers. I can only inspire them, I cannot command them. And it seems they were inspired all on their own. In other words, you get to preach whatever you want, and you don't have to take responsibility for your flock. You've really got it made. For pity's sake, how can I be held responsible for the actions of others? These are not children we are discussing here. They are grown adults endowed with their own free will, praised the goddess. Of course, we all help one another, but in the final reckoning, each of us decides how we will act, and each must answer for those choices. They had no ill intent. They only wished to access the Wardstone in secret and try to cleanse it. But to Holrun, this became perform a suspect ritual after hearing even more suspect voices in their dreams. The children wanted to save their city, but the Inquisitors detained them and almost killed them. I had to intervene. I used my authority and my power as a cleric to give them a chance to flee. If they hadn't got away, they were destined for a cell in the prelate's dungeon and quite likely death. Why haven't you left this place for somewhere safer? Because people might need help, and they will come to the temple in search of a priest. I will not hide away in a hole, saving my own neck, while Canabras is full of people suffering in the wake of the demon's attack. Okay, I'm not... Wait, 3 of my adepts are hiding somewhere in the ruins of the city. The ones the Inquisitors wrongly accused of treason. I beg of you, find them, protect them against the demons and vigilantes like Holrun. They will not rest until they find them. Okay. If there is anything else you can do to save Canabras, please do it. Stranger, wait. You spared Ramian despite what the Mad Inquisitor told you. The young voice comes from nowhere. Oh, hang on. I forgot to remove the spell. I hope Holrun's dogs aren't lurking nearby. A pale youth materializes before you. His face looks haggard from lack of sleep, but he is clearly pleased to be speaking to someone. So you're one of the Desnan adepts that tried to break into the Wardstone? Yes, I am... Ilkes? Is what I'm going with? Cleric of Desna, and one of the people who answered the call of the voice in dreams. Some unknown person made contact with us through our dreams, telling us about the demon's plans. We learned that the demons were planning to attack Canabras and do something terrible to our Wardstone, which already carries the taint of corruption. Prelate Holrun refused to heed our warnings. We had to make a choice. We could either throw up our hands and pull back or take action, even though it could cost us our lives. But what heartless person could stand by in the face of such a deadly threat? What are you planning to do to the Wardstone? Our plan was to get to it and then follow our instincts. There were 3 of us, a cleric, a mage, and a bard. Between us, we know a lot. We're capable of a great deal. Okay, so we're looking for a mage and a bard, I assume, as the other 2 of this 3. If we had enough time, I'm sure we would have figured out what's wrong with the Wardstone and how to heal it, but they didn't give us time. Yes, the local commanders got roped into dealing with this. Some idiot kids trying to break into the Wardstone, apparently some of ours, but who even knows these days? I know there's no evil in you, I can sense things like that, but what you did was so stupid and impulsive, someone could have got hurt. I know from experience. So you lot decided that you needed to do something right away, so you did something right away. Great work. Like the city authorities would have done a better job. They weren't gonna do a thing, even though it sounds like they knew about the danger. Man, we have such a ragtag of people. All they knew was that some crazies had some weird dreams. But anyway, it's a little late to be trying to pin blame on people. How did you come up with such a plan? How could we not come up with that plan? You sense the young man's tempers rising. Listen, Desna is the goddess of luck, but luck, as many lay people would understand it, and luck as we, the followers of the music of the spheres, see it, are far from the same thing. Other people believe that luck is something good that falls into your lap just because, like a generous but unlearned reward. We see luck as a fundamental law of creation, according to which even in the darkest hour of the most hopeless situation, a chance of rescue and change for the better can arise. But you've got to seize this chance when it presents itself, or better yet, create your own. Followers of Desna are not people who like idleness and inaction. That's why when Canabres was in trouble, we did as our goddess had taught us. We took the matter into our own hands and tried in a moment of desperation to pluck our chance from the hands of fate itself. You were trying to help. Can they punish you if you were trying to help? Is that allowed? Sometimes it's even necessary. I'm sick of all this Crusader infighting. It's not just infighting, it's a matter of life and death. It's about the path we're all on. The adept stopped short. Whose voice are you been hearing? Nobody knows what it is, but everyone who has heard her, I should say, is convinced that she is a good and pure soul chosen by Desnan. We had a choice. We could trust her, except that we have an ally somewhere who isn't afraid of all the armies of the Abyss, or we could drown in suspicions and get one step closer to becoming just like Holren. We decided to trust the voice, and seeing Canabres devastated, which is what our unknown ally tried to prevent until the very end, I can see now who had truth on their side. Where are your fellow worshippers? How many are there? Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know where they are. We split up to confuse the Inquisitors who were chasing us. Do you need help? Desna teaches us to trust in last-ditch chances. Listen, my friends. My friends are called Aranka and Thal. Thal the Wallflower. Aranka is an amazing singer and a truly beautiful girl. She has plenty of friends and fans. She's probably blended into a crowd somewhere. Wallflower is a mage, but I don't think he'll risk using magic. It will only bring the Inquisitors down on him. He'll be harder to find. You better find Aranka first. She might know where Wallflower is. Please find them and protect them against the demons and Inquisitors. I will await news in the Goddess's Temple. I hope our mysterious helper will send us a new message that will reveal what is to come from the demons. Alright, cool. May Desna be with you. Yay! Alright. I received a tiger.
Here comes trouble.
Cover me, all right?
Make every strike count.
Bye bye. Burning hands, cure light wounds, ear piercing scream. AC is higher now, correct? No. Did it expire? Excuse me. I believe it did. Okay. Well.
Yes.
Give you major armor again. I need to readjust here. After my tank. Thank you, actually. That was much appreciated. Ow.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Go.
Ow. This is land? Yeah. Failed saving throw.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Bye. If it wasn't a cone, that would be nice. Vulnerability. Vulnerable to energy. Dismiss spell.
I'll hit you!
I'm just gonna try and fire because she's gonna have that movement anyway. Alright.
The spirits demand your blood!
And
Damn you!
kill? Not kill. Damage. Lay on hands yourself. Cool. And then I guess let's go in. We will fight defensively to try and increase the AC.
Gonna leave a bruise.
Ow.
Distract them for me.
Okay. So now we heal up. We use these. Go. Collect and collect, and I guess we check this house. Oop. Oh.